Hey guys, my wife, Leanne Kreischer, is doing a live Wife of the Party at Zany's Comedy Club in Nashville. You will not want to miss this. Special guest to be announced. You can get your tickets for April 14th, live Wife of the Party at nashcomedyfest.com. Go out and support my old lady. Who gave you the best blowjob in your life? Like if you look back and you go, that one I remember.
Leanne. I'd have to say, we didn't want to break it to you, but she's going to come here right now.
Tops Off World Tour, April 4th. I'm coming to Chicago, then Columbus, Knoxville, Harrisonburg, Virginia, Columbia, South Carolina, Birmingham, Alabama, Clarksville, Tennessee, Louisville, Kentucky. Tops Off World Tour. This is a fucking, you're like one of the first celebrities I ever met when I moved out to Hollywood, right?
No.
Dude, you are, can I tell you one of the coolest things ever? And I told you this too backstage when we were in MGM Grand.
Yeah.
Everyone's backstage. Jimmy Kimmel, Guy Fieri. There's professional athletes everywhere. I bring Nate Diaz back there, and he goes, fucking Pauly Shore, and went right to you.
Well, he just couldn't believe I was still alive. That's why he was there. He's like, what the fuck? I thought you died, bro. I thought you were dead. No, it's cool. No, it's every day I pinch myself, Yeah, of course. I pinch myself because I did whatever I did so many years ago, and still, like, so many years later, people are still like, I don't know what I'm doing with those. But.
We were in Vegas.
No, it's just like,
I had dinner with Gronk, and Gronk's dad's wife was like, came into the room. We're in a private room. Rob Gronkowski's there.
Yeah.
And she's like, Pauly Shore is upstairs at the bar.
Wow.
And everyone's like, and Gronk's like, no fucking way.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, do you guys know Pauly? And they're like, no. I said, I know him. Would you like to meet him?
Yeah.
And they're like, please. Yeah. And in my head, I was like, Gronk, you can just walk up to him and go, I'm
Gronk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went up and I just yelled, Pauly!
Yeah. No, I know. It's weird.
You have a place in all of our, like, it's weird because you're my age, kind of. Like, we're roughly the same age.
Yeah.
But you have a place in my childhood because in the formative years of MTV and in the formative years of fun comedy slapstick movies, you made all of them, and you hosted every spring break. You were a fixture on MTV, and I will tell you and I've told you this the first time I ever met you. I was with Louis Anderson in Son-in-Law. When you get hit, you get punched, and you go to the ground crying. Yeah, it's the funniest fucking thing in the world. It's the fucking best comedic choice. That made us laugh in a movie theater out loud. Biodome, Jury Duty, In the Army Now. Fucking Encino Man. I'm telling you, all the guys you've worked with have won Oscars. I think yours is coming. And I think I know what project it's going to be.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Badass.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. It's, a lot of it is, a lot of it is how shit lines up in life. Yeah. You put your shit out there, and you keep trying and trying, and then all of a sudden this guy upstairs puts this guy, it's kind of like that old Reese's peanut butter commercial. Yeah. You didn't fucking know. You put the peanut butter in the chocolate, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit. So with the Richard Simmons thing, it just happened naturally online. So I started, during the pandemic, I did it was called Sweating with the Wheeze, which is my own. If you put that up, it's just sweat. What are you fucking doing, dude? Do something around it. The cameras are fucking fine. Yeah. No, I started doing the Sweat with the Wheeze videos, and these things went kind of viral. And then people are like, you look like Richard Simmons. You know what I mean?
Sweating with the Wheeze.
Yeah. So these are like my videos
that I put headsets on so I can hear it.
Yeah. So these are my videos. Oh, you have it sorted there already. So these are my videos. In the backyard, my Vegas house.
Outfit. How do you guys feel about Weeds?
Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's played like, look at my little Asian assistant in the back jumping on the trampoline.
I love that.
Little dumpling.
Awesome.
Where is this?
Go, guys.
This is in Rancho Circle in Las Vegas. It's 5 minutes off the strip. It's next to Nicolas Cage in this whole little cul-de-sac area. This is where I was doing. This was what I was doing during the pandemic.
Troy, how's it going?
So this stuff went kind of viral, and then
and then you did the short film with the brothers, the Lewis
brothers, yeah.
And I have it on here. God damn it.
Fuck.
I have too many things on my face.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of tabs open. I have by the way, I played this the other day. and dude, can I tell you what I was? Here are my things in this.
Right.
Number one, you look so fucking young.
Sorry, bud, I had
In
to
this,
jump
yeah,
on your
I know.
shoe,
Number two,
little
this
big
is
tune,
before-
Cheer.
this
The
is-
break, dude, he got possessed.
Very little direction. They're like, Pauly, we're in a blockbuster. Just go. But they do that to comedians all the time. And so many times we just falter. And in this, I'm watching you and I'm going, you're going from thing to thing. It's really
The
fucking
waves, dude.
awesome.
He's gonna be walking around all day going, cool. Videos, man, comedy. Dude, this is buff. I'm gonna get you.
Sucker.
We're gonna get some cool videos. You know what my favorite videos is right here, buddy. Check this. This is buff, dude. Witness, bro.
Oh,
Zach
yeah.
Hill, man,
That's
you guys are in
such
this.
a
time on
right
VHS,
after watching
yeah.
Totally Ballsy.
How old were you in this? You had to be
Early-
25.
early
OG
20s, yeah, mid-20s,
started
early
it all,
20s.
But, and also, dude, before I introduce this video, you gotta witness this, bro.
I love
For
this.
keeps. With Molly
Ringwald.
Randall Batten, cough. Check it. Who's that guy? Wait, I'll show you him in a sec. Check out this video from Bruce Dickinson, all the young dudes, mate. Sure, but witness.
So
dude,
much fun
check it.
doing this show.
There's the
I
little
bet.
witness,
Oh my
dude. I
God.
was in it. I had a couple scenes. See,
Yeah.
holding the lettuce head.
Look at that.
Pauly Shore, so you can go.
Yeah, it was I did a it was the late 80s. I did a co-starring in a Molly Ringwald movie.
My porn just came up hard. Sorry. Oh, fuck, more porn. Sorry. No, I got on this porn.
Leanne.
No, it's not even, this dude, he
Jesus
fucked 10
Christ.
homemade sex toys, and I was like, where was this when I was
He
a kid?
fucked sex toys?
Yeah, look what he did on
wow,
this
that
one.
thing's great.
He
You put your dick in it?
cancel. I'm not gonna, God damn it took me to a fucking other thing. He puts his dick in it. I don't know how
Oh my
I get
God,
it up.
that's awesome. I didn't know there's the artificial fucking vagina thing.
Yeah, look, he fucks all these things.
Fucking awesome.
He fucks a Pringles can.
Mm.
You don't seem like a guy that jerks off a lot.
No.
You don't strike
I
me as someone
save
that
it.
have never needed to.
When I was a kid, I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah, when I was a kid, we wallpapered my whole closet with Playboy centerfolds. When my parents divorced when I was 3, my dad was on the road and my mom wasn't really, there's no parental supervision. So she let me wallpaper my whole closet at my house with Playboy centerfolds. So not like most kids had the Playboy and they stole it.
Yeah.
Like my mom was like, no, put the pussy everywhere. It's fine. Just put it up there for Pauly. And Yakov Smirnoff helped me do it because he was the handyman.
For real?
He was my mom's handyman. Because when Yakov first came out to LA, his father and him were very Russian. Like they barely spoke fucking at all English, and his dad especially. And they needed a job, so they were the handyman at his father, Yakov's father, and Yakov were the handyman at my mom's house. So.
For everyone who doesn't know,
Yakov
and there are a lot of
Smirnoff.
people that don't know who Yakov Smirnoff is, because there was
what
just
a
a video of
country,
him going viral the other day.
Oh, wow.
And people thought it was recent, despite what he's wearing, and that it's shot not in letterbox. Like they're like, and they were tearing it apart, saying like, he makes it sound like Russia was a bad place. And
What
you're
was
going,
the video? I didn't see the
oh,
video.
it's a video I found. I was just going by it. Now I did an interview with Yakov Smirnoff probably a few years back when I was on Travel Channel in Branson, Missouri. He has a residency in Branson, Missouri.
Yeah.
And his whole thing was he was from Russia. This was during the Cold War. Kids these days don't even know there was a Cold War. And his whole thing was he was Russian doing stand-up, and he goes, in America, you wait 5 days for bread.
Yeah.
I'm doing a vampire. I don't know what
Yeah,
fucking.
no, that was a good Russian accent.
Yeah. He was like, and then in Russia, no bread. Like, it's just like his whole thing was, but these kids were tearing it apart. I got to the comments and they're like, he's making Russia sound like it's a bad place. Everywhere's a great place. This is almost racist towards his own people. And you were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But was it hard? Like, one of my favorite things about my career is my dad is really is proud of me because of my accomplishments. Your mom created so many huge stars. I say created, everyone's responsible for their own career, but she gave a break and helped shepherd people's careers in an amazing way.
Yeah.
Responsible for what we know as comedy today. Your mom, and I would argue your mom and Bud Freeman were the two people that really shepherded comedy into the place it is today. Was it hard getting her to appreciate when you had like a hit movie like Encino Man, Or was she just...
She didn't understand it. What's going on? I don't understand what's going on. Doesn't make sense. It's not, you know what I mean? It was weird for her, but I heard from comics behind my back, she was super proud.
Really?
But to my face, it was just Mitzi Shore. Always harsh, always, not happening, just kind of staring. But she was very proud. And I also talked to Tony Orlando the other day. He called me up about the Richard Simmons thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he started telling me a lot of heavy shit about my dad, because my dad and Tony Orlando were really close. Because my dad opened for Tony Orlando for many years.
Really?
Yeah, many years.
Your dad, Sammy.
Yeah, Sammy Shore, yeah. And he was just saying how proud, because my dad opened for me for 25 years.
Yeah.
The last 25 years of his life.
You took him out on the road.
I took him on the road to open for me, which was fucking awesome. And he used to guess after the tours, would go back and talk to Tony and say how proud he was of me and all these things. And I didn't really see it because the parents, they say it to you, but it doesn't really land sometimes. So, yeah.
It's intense because your mom was very discerning in her taste of comedy.
Yes. She didn't like Seinfeld. I think Sandler. I think, I don't know what she said about you and your fucking shirt.
She didn't like me.
Your shirt. What the fuck's he doing? Tell him to put his shirt on. He's the audience.
She said.
She's seen you, right?
Yeah, she saw me. Louis Anderson brought me up in the
that's
OR.
Hilarious.
I did it Louis Anderson's show on Sunday. He was doing Sunday nights. It was Roseanne, Louis, Chris Rock would show up. You would show. Everyone would be back in the green room, in the main room on Sundays. And Louis came up to me, and I murdered in the main room. I was murdering on those shows, and Louis said, "I want you to meet Mitzi, and I want you to go up in front of Mitzi."
Wow.
And so she brought me into the OR.
What year was this?
Georgia wasn't born yet, so 2002, 2003.
Yeah, okay.
And
she was still okay then.
Yeah, she was okay.
She was not sick, yeah.
Yeah, and brought me back. Your mom was sitting in... it's so funny. I remember that room looking different in that time, but I remember I thought she was in a booth. She must just have been in one of the chairs.
In the bucket chair in the back?
In the bucket chair in the back.
Yeah.
He introduced me, and she was like, "Go on next." And
she said that to you?
Yeah.
Go on next.
And
Give
I went
it a
up.
shot.
I did 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I came off, and she said, "You're not ready." And I said, "Okay." And then she said, "Talk to Tommy." Remember Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
And Tommy...
Well, that's how it is.
So bad.
We're supposed to do this.
This is what
supposed to make it work. That's how Mitzi wants it.
This is how bad my experience with Tom. This is the reason I didn't come to the store again for another 10 years.
He's friends with black people. I don't know. You know what I mean?
He told me, Mitzi, he said something to the effect of, "Mitzi likes you, but you're not ready. You should get a job here, work and park cars." And I said, I have a TV show. And he was like, "What?" And I said, "I'm not going to park cars. I have a TV show. I don't need money."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, that's how it works, buddy." And I was like, "So I have to park cars to get in?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Well, I guess I'm not going to work here." And then, I'm sorry, it was a phone call. It was,
answer phones?
He called me, and he goes, "Is this Bert?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Mitzi likes you. You can come. You got to park cars. You got to work the door." And I was like, "Oh, I have a TV show." And I didn't know who Tommy was. So I was like, "I guess I'm cool. I'm not going to work the store." And he was like, "What?" And I hung up. And he called back. He goes, "You don't tell me you're not going to work the store. I tell you you're not going to work the store." And I was like, "No, I'm telling you I'm not going to work the store because I'm not going to park cars. I have a TV show." I said, "I want to work at the store, but I just as a comedian." Yeah. And he was like, "Hold on. This isn't how it works." Like, he was really confused.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Listen, man, I'm already doing comedy clubs. I'm already touring the road. And I was opening for fucking Jay Moore. I wasn't touring the road, but I had a TV show, and I was like, and then I stayed away from the store.
For years, yeah.
And then when Rogan came back, we were all doing Rogan's podcast. I came back. Your mom had passed. And no, I don't think your mom had passed yet. Your mom hadn't passed yet. And but Adam was there. Is that right?
Egot, yeah.
And Adam told me I wasn't ready. And I was like a real headliner then. And he was like, I have too many people in front of you. I can't get you in. He's like, "I think you're funny. I have too many people in front of you." He's like, "I'm still trying to get Spade cleared at the store," I think he said. And then a year after that, he passed me.
Yeah. Well, it is. I mean, you have to look at it from the Comedy Store's point of view.
I do, yeah.
It is that type of place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So unless you're Chris Rock or Chappelle or
Kevin Hart,
Louis C.K., you know what I mean? Like these guys. But if you're in the middle like you were.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys in the middle.
It's like, a lot of guys that are killing in the middle, but either at this level you get in or at this level you get in. But so that's kind of like, I think the store's point of view. So you didn't need it and you didn't want, you wanted it.
I wanted it.
Yeah, you wanted it.
I talked about it in therapy for like fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
And then when I got in, it was probably the biggest deal in my career out of all the comedy achievements.
Why? Because you felt like she approved you?
I felt like I was stamped a legit comic. This is going to sound shitty, but like to other comics that maybe don't work at the store, but like getting past the Laugh Factory wasn't a big deal to me. And I got past and I just never worked there because I was like, the energy there was off for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't about pussy. And I wasn't about getting bumped, and I wasn't about like all the shit that was happening there. Getting past to the improv was great. It was because it could help you tour the road, but like I felt like I saw a lot of people.
Well, there's a spirit at the store.
Well, you have to be one of them.
Yeah, it's a spirit and it's this energy, and it's like my mom's there even though she's not there.
Yeah,
and she kind of put a stamp on it and like just leave it. That's what she always said. Just leave it alone. It's fine. Yeah, like I did my work. This is how, and now you just leave it. So she's there even though she's not there. So. Yeah, it's a development type of place. I mean, that's why you see these guys carrying trash cans out, parking cars, And look at Jet Ski. I mean, she was parking cars for a long time, and now she's doing well. So it is what it is. People want to pay their dues there. They feel like
it's important. Yeah. It's important to me to have paid my dues there by going to the store, doing spots, doing main room, and then earning my way onto the OR. It was a big deal. The store is very important to a lot of us. Mm-hmm. Did it feel like home to you always?
Yeah.
Always. What was it like? What was it, the glory days of the store? There's a couple things I want to talk to you about. I obviously want to go through whatever tabs we have open. I have some stuff about you I want to share. But like the glory days of the store, the Kinnison days, the your days, like when you guys when comedy, the first real big boom of comedy in the 80s.
Well, I think me and Eddie Griffin were like the last kind of, I don't want to say hurrah, but I think we're like the last Mitzi Shore's kind of like her not league, what's it called? Her class.
Yeah.
That like, and then after that she got sick and it got kind of weird and Tommy was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was amazing. I mean, it was, that's the thing when I watch the obviously I sit in the back and I watch the comics and I see when I watch a comic right next to them I see Richard Pryor. When I watch a comic, right next to them, I see Eddie Murphy. Because those stages, I saw those people. I saw Robin Williams. I saw George Carlin. I saw these guys. So when I watch these comics, I don't want to say they don't do anything for me, but they don't really do anything for me. Not in a bad way. No,
that makes total sense.
Yeah,
as you're saying that, I go, I never was as free. I'm never as free at the store as Sam Kinison, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, you, Eddie Griffin, Sam, like all those names.
Yeah,
it's a different.
It was also before this whole canceled woke culture, blah blah blah. Like even on stage last night, I was doing a lot of black material. You know what I mean? Because you're not really supposed to do that if you're a white guy in West Hollywood. Yeah, which is why I like to talk about black people. And but at Rogan's club, I do it fucking kills.
Oh yeah,
and I'm like free. Like, I'm free. Well, the difference between Rogan's club and every other club.
Rogan's club is, they could use a couple phones in there.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying?
Wild shit. You can say wild shit.
Yeah, but which is great.
Yes.
Because that's what the store used to be.
Really?
Because, and it's not just a store, it's every club. Every club, you got to, you're on stage and you're working, guess what? 95%. You got that 5% that's like, I better not go there. But on Rogan's club, you go 100 zillion%. You're like, fuck everyone, because you feel free. And he set it up that way. And that's why I love playing his club.
When I started podcasting, an online store was literally the furthest thing from my mind. And now I sell shirts, hoodies, koozies, mugs, and it's so easy. All because I use Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business, from the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit $1 million in order stage? I saw a dude online celebrate hitting $1 million in orders, and I was like, that's how it feels. It's so cool. Shopify is there to help you grow. Whether you're selling scented soaps or offering outdoor outfits, Shopify helps you sell everywhere. From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify has got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. And Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs from every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's award-winning help is there to support your success every step of the way, because businesses that grow with Shopify. Take it from me. My online store is solid, and it is because of Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Bertcast, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Bertcast now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in. Shopify.com/Bertcast. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. A lot of us spend our lives wishing we had more time. The question is, time for what? If time was unlimited, how would you use it? The best way to squeeze that special thing into your schedule is to know what's important to you and make it a priority. Therapy can help you find what matters most to you so you can do more of it. I have talked about this for a long time. I started keeping a happiness journal, and I started writing down things that made me happy. This is all based through therapy. And then quantifying those happy things and saying, that's what I want to do. This morning, I got to do one of those things. I made my daughter's breakfast sandwiches. I know that getting up out of bed and going and making them breakfast, no matter how I feel, how tired I feel, makes me happier. And I have had a joyful day because of that little simple practice. So if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist. And most importantly, you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Learn to make time for what makes you happy with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/Bert today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Bert. What's it like when you go to Rogan's Club, knowing that it is truly Rogan's love letter to your mom?
I feel more comfortable there than any club.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I every time I told you this, every time I see Joe, I cry.
Yeah.
Because I feel connected to him, because I'm starting to cry right now just thinking about him, thinking about my mom and how close you guys are. I just feel I feel really connected to him because of, he started there with her and how much he loves her. And obviously, how how much I love my mom. I mean, come on, and so when I walk in there, I feel like, she's there. I feel like I'm there. I feel like he's there. And I feel like I feel safe. I feel protected by him and his crew, his staff and the managers and I don't know. I just feel relaxed there.
I think I told you this. I was talking to Joe about you the other night, and he was like, I'm so glad we're friends. I'm so glad we've connected. Like, he really, I think ultimately, and you guys are, I think, the exact same age, but I think there was a part of him that really looked up to you and your mom, obviously. He puts her on a pedestal. Yeah. And it was my favorite episode of Rogan was when you did it, because this is what I love about you is your vulnerability. It's the same choice you made in Son-in-Law, where you chose to fall to the ground and cry after getting punched. When you're on Rogan and you were like, I miss being the star of the movie. No one said, there's so much shit people don't say that is very real. And when you said that, I went, I don't want to do, I've turned down a couple TV shows and movies where it's like, you're going to play this guy. And then I was like, yeah, but I remember you saying, like, I liked getting there and it was about me. And people were like, come on, well, it just was a vulnerability that I don't think most people, actors are like, I just like to put in the work. I just, I really wanted to live.
No, you have to understand something. My 20s were amazing. I was going from MTV to albums to, HBO specials to feature films. I was doing everything. All these things were happening at once. So it was like it was Willy Wonka. I felt like I got the golden ticket. And so that's why when I talk about my career, I just miss doing movies, because that to me is where I belong.
Yeah.
Like on a circus, you know, some people are like, oh, I belong in a circus. You know, I'm a midget, I'm a chubby person, I'm a person with a hairy face. Like, this is where I belong. Like, for me, I belong on a movie set.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I belong. And that's where I walk on the set. And everyone is like, Pauly, what's up? And the grips, the caterers, you know, everyone, we're all equal. And it's this like this team and this feeling. And that's what I miss. You know what I mean? I miss that thing. And I also know how hard movies are. And I like, to me, movies are a lot harder than stand-up. You know what I mean? Because, well, you know, I mean, you fucking did your movie. It was probably a lot of work. And there's the marks, and there's a tennis ball, and there's the lights, and this, and there's the wide, and this tight, and this, and and all these. It's very calculated. But you have to act like it's not calculated, which makes it fucking dope. Yeah. Like, people at home are watching movies, are like, this, I can act. Like, no, you can't.
No, you cannot.
The biggest, I tell people my biggest advice for actors is to listen. That's the most important advice. It's not how you're acting, it's how you're listening. Because it's just like when you go on stage, the audience doesn't, you don't dictate the show, the audience does. So for instance, when you're playing MGM, you go out on that stage, you have to listen to the audience before you go into your shit. Mm-hmm. You don't come out and go boom, 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 because then they're like this. They take you. Yeah. And it's the same thing when you're working with an actor. However you act, you gotta react. Acting is reacting. And you know, and that's what's so much fun, because when the cameras roll, dude, I fucking, in my mind, I'm like going for it. Yeah. And people don't know where I'm going to fucking go.
That was the fun thing about watching you as an actor is you everything you brought to it had this same vibe from MTV of like,
freedom,
real freedom.
Yeah. Freedom, because I let go. When the cameras roll, I'm going. Yeah. You know, you better fucking go with me. That's why I like playing off of actors. I don't like playing off of comedians. Yeah. So if you watch Son-in-Law and you watch my films, Army Movie, or the different movies like that, even Guest House, you know, where people are acting, just straight actors. Well, you know, in your movie, you played off of fucking some really good actors. Yeah. And you popped. You know what I mean? It's different than playing off a bunch of goofy comedians.
I read a fucking interview about you. I thought it was recent because it was the LA Times. It was from 1994. It was from I think I have it on here. And I thought, 1994.
That was In the Army Now.
You were getting ready to release In the Army Now. Mm-hmm. And they said you're in a 3-picture deal. And I don't think you'd done Biodome yet. I think you'd done Son-in-Law and Encino Man. Yeah. And they're like, no one expected these two to be such fucking big hits. What does that feel like when you're like, what does it feel like to be the it guy in Hollywood?
I didn't think of it that way. I just was just doing my thing. I wasn't like, I'm the it guy. It wasn't,
you were just like, very micro?
Yeah. I was just having fun.
Really?
Yeah. I wasn't analyzing anything. Really? I was just having a good time, and I was going from gig to gig. And that's why things got fucked up for me. And I talk about it a lot, is that, you know, I just want to work. You know what I mean? So like when the movies, like for instance, when the Army movie came to me.
Like you and Andy Dick.
Yeah, me and Andy Dick. You know, a lot of people, you know, don't know this, but, you know, my management said, like, don't do it. Like, this is, you know, you're cutting your hair and blah, 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 and all this shit. Let's do something better. And then New Line came at us with a script called Totally London. And it was me playing an au pair in London, like Mary Poppins. Yeah. And it was like a killer script. It was from New Line, the same guys that were working with Jim Carrey. And Jeffrey Katzenberg, who ran Disney at the time, wouldn't let me get out of my 3-picture deal. And basically said, no, you're not doing that. And they actually, Jeffrey bought the script, shelved Totally London, and said, you're doing it in the Army now. And then in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'll make this work. Because, you know, every comic does an Army movie. You know, you got Bill Murray, you got this one, all that. I'll make it work. And it did turn out good. You know, several years later, people are like, oh, that's, and I love the movie. But at the time, it wasn't as good as Son-in-Law, and it wasn't as good as Encino Man. So it didn't do great at the box. It did okay.
Encino Man, I can see doing good because it's high concept. Mm-hmm. Son-in-Law was you carrying a movie.
Yeah.
That was you with what I'll say is a on a scale of 1 to 10, like a script that's like probably a 6, and you made it good. And the other thing I'd say is whatever the critics ever thought of you, it didn't matter. And this is what I try to think about with my career, is what the fans thought. Because when Son-in-Law came out, we saw it in the theaters, and we were like, oh, this is fucking awesome.
Right.
And we laughed hysterically throughout it, but that's you carrying a movie.
Mm-hmm. But the script and the structure was good, though. The script and the structure was good. It was simple.
The premise was a girl comes home and brings her roommate home with her, right?
Yeah. And then they fall in love and blah, blah, blah. And,
Tiffany Amber Thiessen's in it.
Yeah, she's in it. But it was just, it was Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. Is really kind of like what it was, or Meet the Parents, or, meet this Ben Stiller thing. But yeah, it's the simple, but you're right. I guess.
Encino Man's high concept. You guys find a caveman.
Yeah.
You have to get him to go to high school. But again,
Brendan, again, back to comedians that play off of actors. Brendan is such a good actor, and he became that role. So comedically, I popped off of him.
And Sean Astin
is.
Sean Astin's like a child star.
Yeah. Sean was great in it.
He's really. Do you ever talk to those guys?
I talked to Sean. I'm on text with him a lot. Brendan, I haven't talked to in a while. There's no reason other than we just haven't talked.
Yeah.
But Brendan did great this last year, and had a great, a great hit. I was with Simon Rex last night in the main room at the store with Jeff Ross, and Simon is another guy. Simon Rex, who's another guy who just he says it's like the lottery. This guy, Sean Baker, this director says, all right, I'm just going to put Simon Rex in this fucking movie. And he delivered.
Simon Rex is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Simon Rex is a real, I've always quantified, because I always feel like a little bit of an outsider in that I'm just a normal kid. I think that way. Like, I grew up in Tampa. I didn't have ins in New York or LA. I always was out the outside of a party looking in going, how's everyone so comfortable? And Simon Rex is someone I met with Jordan Rubin.
Yes.
Jordan Rubin?
Yeah, the little manager kid.
No, that he's a comic.
Oh, he's a comic. Yeah.
And now he's a director, he's a photographer.
Oh, yeah.
He's fucking extremely talented.
Yeah.
But I met him at a party in a loft in New York, and I was like, God, man, can you imagine being that cool? And he's never lost his coolness.
Yeah.
He's still cool as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's a great actor.
Yeah, well, he got the shot. You know what I mean? He got the opportunity, and that's what everyone is hoping for in the business.
Well, because
the manager and agents aren't bringing it.
No,
it's the guy that's the director going, hey, you know what? I'm going to do something completely unexpected with this actor, and I'm going to fucking blow people away. And that's what they did with Simon.
It's got to be a little bit of the stars aligning. It's like when I heard about the Richard Simmons thing, and I saw it was just your picture and then a thing underneath it. I was like, this is going to be fucking hot.
Yeah.
This is going to be great.
Yeah. No, so we're I got great producers. This guy, Mark Walpert, has got a deal at Warner Brothers, and he's attached as the producer. He's an older guy, which is cool, so I can respect him. He's not like a kid that's wanting to produce. He's been in the game for years. And every day we're just Zooming with writers. Writers are just pitching us. Every day we had a great pitch today with the writer. So every day we're just Zooming. We just zoom. Writers. Everyone's got a different take on it, and everyone's into it. So we're just waiting for the right take, because you want it to be fun, but you also want it to be dramatic.
I want to pull up this, isn't it? This is the history of pyramid schemes. This is
more of your porn.
Have you guys seen The Court Jester, ladies? So this is Pauly as Richard Simmons, and it's pretty fucking awesome.
You saw this? This is crazy.
Your audience gets a copy of Sweatin' to the Oldies 5.
Look at this.
Yeah, I'm gonna be your new piece of exercise equipment. Look, Ellen, look.
This management's gonna kill us. Who was supposed to give it to him?
Who out there wants to dance with me and Ellen?
I don't think people remember how big of a star Richard Simmons was. I mean, he was like before Jane Fonda. He was. It's going to be a great fucking movie. And he's elusive now.
Yeah,
I think he's been in hiding for 10 years.
He's all right.
He is.
He's around. Yeah, I sent him flowers recently the other day. I found out where he lives. But what I was gonna say is, these days everyone is so self-absorbed in their self. You know, the word is, I guess, narcissistic. Everyone is on their own TikTok, their own this, their own that. And Richard Simmons is the opposite. Richard Simmons was all about you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's called selflessness. He was all about selflessness. So his story is more important now than I think ever. Because no one cares about other people. People just care about themselves. And with him, it's all about you. You know what I mean? Saving you.
That's what this whole thing, the Court Jester is about.
Yeah, saving lives.
This guy who's overweight, who's failing, and you in this.
Yeah, I see him. I see him. Yeah, I see him not being kind of a flounder in the back, and then I just kind of, just kind of go, and I see him, and I just kind of, it's all kind of premeditated, where I'm going to save this guy because Richard was about saving lives, and then also having fun. Because if you watch them on Letterman, you watch them on Stern and all those, different shows, you're never going to switch the channel. You're like, what the fuck is this guy going to do? Yeah. And
Howard Stern talked glowingly about you as Richard Simmons. Yeah, have you seen that clip?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I just. Well,
sick.
I have so many tabs open right now. Let me close some out. Oh, this is all your movies you've ever done. This is so fucking Jury Duty to this day. Such a fucking brilliant movie.
You know what's funny is that movie just got killed by the critics. Biodome too. They just smashed
Biodome was fucking awesome. Yeah, Biodome's like the everything. Jury Duty. I pitched a movie one time. Yeah. I think I can say it, but I went in and it was when I was young and I had a little bit of heat and I was pitching two movies. One became Get Him to the Greek. I didn't make it, but I pitched a very similar movie, except it was a hip hop artist and me. I was the assistant, and I had to get him to Miami from New York on a road trip. It was a great fucking
like
script.
Midnight Run.
It was Midnight Run. It was Midnight Run. And then the second movie I pitched is, and I'll still make this movie. I think it's fucking. I love the premise of Jury Duty is a guy who's got nothing going on and gets into jury duty and realizes this is nice. I'm in a hotel. Yeah. I'm getting paid. I don't have to worry about anything. I just need to keep this trial going.
Right.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I pitched a movie about a guy who's got nothing going on, gets on a cruise. He's going to kill himself on the cruise. He's going to jump off the cruise. And the night he's about to jump, pirates take over the cruise ship. And he finds out he is an awesome hostage. And he's like, I love being a hostage. Hilarious. And on a cruise ship, this is and he has to perpetuate the hostageness and keep the hostage going.
Yeah, keep it going.
And I said it to the guy, and the guy go, did you just pitch me Jury Duty? And I went, I might have. I go, fucking Jury Duty is one of my favorite fucking movies.
Oh, that's funny.
And the guy's like, you should get Pauly Shore to start it. And I was like, you think he would?
That's
He's
funny.
Like, but I love that premise. Yeah. I love the
kicking the can.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of kicking the can.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was fun. Yeah, it was a fun movie, but it just didn't do well. It's hilarious.
What's interesting about critics is they're not usually fans of things. Like they don't make money celebrate. They have to celebrate certain things. Like they're not going to destroy whatever Will Ferrell's new thing with him driving across country with his trans friend. They can't destroy that. Yeah. They got to be like, this is awesome. Representation's cool.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of representation, have you seen Ferrari?
Hit the movie with Will Ferrell?
Adam Driver plays Enzo Ferrari.
No.
And Penelope Cruz plays his wife.
No.
Can I tell you, if we're talking about representation, this is so fucking frustrating to me. This is Sean Strickland. This is Enzo Ferrari's. This is his wife. And this is who they have her playing. It bothered me so much. I can't really relate to a story where you say Enzo Ferrari kept cheating on her, and you're like, why if she looked like this?
Right. It's fake.
They need to hire ugly people to play ugly people.
I can't say who, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
I could not sit through.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Why would you cheat on this chick?
Never.
You cheat on,
It makes Enzo Ferrari look like a real dick as opposed to the genius he was, where he's like, listen, man, I stuck with her, but it's Italy. Divorce is illegal.
Yeah.
I'm going to bang. Look at this is who he was banging.
Oh, wow.
I mean, yeah, of course you're going to cheat when you look like this, you sleep with this.
Yeah.
And then this comes into the bedroom?
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
That's the only representation I have. Sean Strickland's everywhere right now. Do you follow cage fighters?
If I see it, I watch it, but I don't know the names.
Sean Strickland's pretty gangster. This article is about. This is all the stuff I Google. Jorge Masvidal pulled up to Nick Diaz's gym in Stockton, and I don't know if he came to fight, but he said no one was there. Too bad. I was going to teach a lesson.
So this is the guy that wants to fight
Nate Diaz.
Is he going to?
He's fought him once in UFC. I think they're going to do a boxing match now. But Jorge Masvidal is out of Miami, and they're the two baddest motherfuckers out there, Jorge Masvidal and Nate Diaz. And in my opinion, just fun guys to watch fight.
Yeah.
They're fun guys. And so these are all the things that I Google.
I saw Chuck Liddell. He's walking with the limp.
Is he?
Well, he's a little thrashed.
He fell off a boat recently.
Oh, is that what happened?
Did you see that?
Yeah, he was a little thrashed. He's a sweetheart.
He's a great guy. I saw him at the Sphere, and we went to see U2 at the Sphere.
Oh, wow.
And I was walking out, and Chuck Liddell was there.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What's up, champ?"
Yeah.
And he was like,
"Yeah, we did Entourage together a long time ago."
Yeah. You've had so many rebirths in your career. Like, can I tell you a crazy one that you're going to go, I didn't know that was a rebirth?
Yeah.
When you became friends with Fred Durst.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I remember being a Limp Bizkit fan.
Yeah.
And I just moved to New York to start comedy, and he did his cribs, and he went to your house.
Yeah, he
or
went
something.
to my house to do cribs. Yeah.
And I was like, first of all, I was like, that fucking house.
You know, Fred came into my life at the late 90s, and he came into my life at a time where I was really, I don't want to say depressed, but I was pretty sad. It was before I did Pauly Shore is Dead.
Yeah.
Which to me, I think is the best movie I've ever done. I don't. You ever seen Pauly Shore?
I have not. That's where you fake your own death.
Yeah.
I saw the one. I saw the one where you adopt a kid from Africa.
Oh, the black kid. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty. Like, you couldn't do that now.
You could not do that now.
There's no way you can do that now. That was 2007. That was fucking gnarly, dude. When I went out, I was scared shitless. But I knew I had to keep it real, otherwise it wouldn't be funny.
Yeah.
So it's real as fuck. You know what I mean? But you can't fake that shit. You know, when I'm going up on the street, and I'm like, "Hey, can I get your kid?" And you're like, staring at me, and that's the joke. Okay, we got it. But with Fred, he came into my life. We were doing, I think it was Say What karaoke. I think Kid Rock was there or some shit like that. And it was we just hit it off. His career was like this, my career was like this, and he just kind of scooped me up and said, "You're with me now. You're good." And he gave me confidence, and he gave me like a second wind.
Yeah.
And he put me in all his music videos, and he let me open for him. I went on tour, his tour bus. He was like hooking up with Carmen Electra at the time. So like Carmen Electra was on the bus with Fred Durst, and I'm like, fuck, this is awesome. You know what I mean? And he was just a really good guy. And I love Fred. You know
He's
what I mean?
great.
Really talented, sweetheart, and funny, and his fucking band is, he's got these two huge albums, Chocolate Starfish and Insignificant Other, and they're anthems.
And $3 Bill.
And $3 Bill. These
Yeah,
songs
that
are
was
fucking anthems.
Yes.
It's crazy, fucking crazy story, crazy. So Kid Rock kind of came onto the scene right after Fred Durst.
Yeah.
So it was me, Kid Rock, and Fred in New York, and Fred says to me and Kid Rock, "Come with us to Conan O'Brien." So me and Kid Rock went to Conan O'Brien with Fred Durst. Fred Durst's Limp Bizkit is playing. I think it's Faith. It's the George Michael song. And me and Kid Rock are in the background dancing. So if you find that video of fucking Conan O'Brien, you got Fred and me and Kid Rock in the background.
I'm looking
and Kid
for it
Rock
right now.
was cool as fuck. And we hung out a lot. Also the guys from Stained. Aaron Lewis from
Fuck,
Stained.
yeah.
All those guys, we used to hang out with all those guys. So those guys came into my life and scooped me up, and when I was,
Oh my God. This is it. Here we go. This was
Remember this?
This was a game changer.
Yeah.
Look at young Fred Durst.
Yeah.
But I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I think of the games you play, cause I play them too. What a great fucking... Wait, were you guys on stage?
Yeah, we were on stage somewhere there. Oh, wait. There's Kid Rock.
There's Kid Rock. And is that you on the other side?
I think I just caught a beer or something. I don't know what the fuck it is. But, this was cool because Fred was like the leader. Fred was like the Joe Rogan of these guys.
Oh, fuck
You
it.
know what I mean? He took Kid Rock. He took Stained. Yeah, there's
Kid Rock. Holy shit.
So
God, man. Fred Durst. I got a good Fred Durst story. I was at Gelson's. I see Fred Durst. Bucket hat, gray beard. I'm walking down. It's like maybe 9 a.m. and I go, it's fucking Fred Durst. That's fucking Fred Durst. Now listen, that's my guy. Like, that's my generation.
Yeah.
That's the anthems. This song meant,
Yeah.
I mean, this is all the stuff we ate ecstasy to.
Yeah.
And I walk past him and I go, that's fucking Fred Durst. I'm going to fucking say, I can't help it. If I see a celebrity, I did it last night to Chris Robinson. I made him uncomfortable as fuck.
Where'd you see him?
Dantana's.
Holy fuck.
He walked in and I went, it's fucking Chris Robinson. I'll be right back. And I was with Whitney Cummings and she goes, don't do it. And I go, I can't. It's already happening. And I walked up to him.
Yeah.
And I was with a dude named Chris. It's Chris Robinson. And I want to bring up Chris Porter. And I walked up to him and I went, I know there's too many Chris's in my head. I go, hey, my name is Bert Kreischer. I'm a huge fan. I'm good friends with Chris. And he goes, who? I said, Chris Robinson. And he went, huh? I went, no, Chris Cole. Chris, I don't know.
Porter.
I go, Chris, a comedian. He's a comedian, Chris. And he goes, there's a lot of comedian Chris. And I go, he's your friend. And he goes, Chris Porter? I went, yeah. And he goes, okay. I went, cool. And I walked away. I went, fuck, I fucked that up.
That's hilarious.
So I see Fred Durst at the Gelson's and I walk past him once. I do a lap and then I see him again. I know where he's going. So I go, I'm going to go up to him and say, hey, my name's Bert. I grew up in Florida. You grew up in Jacksonville. I'm a big fan. Blah, 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 blah. And so I got all things I'm going to say. I start walking towards him. Fred Durst makes eye contact with me and he just shakes his head. He goes, no.
Yeah.
I walked right past him. I didn't say hi. He just went, don't do it.
Too early.
Too early.
Yeah.
I told Fred Durst that. I ran in. I'm friends with Fred Durst now too.
Yeah.
Not friends, but like I met him at a
You're
show.
friends with them.
I'm friends. I use friends the same way I use the word documentary when it's a podcast.
Right.
Yeah, I remember seeing you on that and I was like, fuck yeah, you were at a beautiful house in the hills. I was like, what a fucking life. Did you know that even if you have a 401k for retirement, you can still have an IRA? Robinhood has the only IRA that gives you a 3% boost on every dollar you contribute when you subscribe to Robinhood Gold. But get this, now, through April 30th, Robinhood is even boosting every single dollar you transfer in from other retirement accounts with a 3% match. That's right, no cap on the 3% match. Robinhood Gold gets you the most for your retirement thanks to their IRA with a 3% match. This offer is good through April 30th. Get started at Robinhood.com/boost. Subscription fees apply. And now for some legal info. Claim as of Q1 2024, validated by Radius Global Market Research. Investing involves risk, including loss. Limitations apply to IRAs and 401ks. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold for 1 year from the date of first 3% match. Must keep Robinhood IRA for 5 years. The 3% matching on transfers is subject to specific terms and conditions. Robinhood IRA available to U.S. customers in good standing. Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, is a registered broker-dealer. Ever wonder how much personal data is out there on the internet for anyone to see? More than you think. Your name, contact info, social security number, and home address. Even information about your family members, all being compiled by data brokers and sold to the highest bidder online. Anyone on the web can get your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, harassment, and unwanted spam calls. But now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. Delete Me finds and removes any personal information you don't want online and make sure it stays offline. I've used it, and trust me when I say I have a great deal of information out there, most of which I kind of leaked myself, and people just put up. But I got to take it down, and it's so much better because my dad and I share the same name, and so some of it was coming to him, and it's you don't want that. You don't. Especially for your family members, take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners today. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/Bert and use promo code Bert at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/Bert and enter code Bert at checkout. JOINDELETEME.com/Bert. You've always been a guy that gets beautiful women, but you're not like some dog that needs it. Like you're not the guy in the back of the club going, what's her name? They always came to you. And I always thought that was a fucking cool way to be. I'm not that guy. I was never a ladies man. So like, yeah, ever.
Really?
Who gave you the best blowjob in your life? Like if you look back and you go, that one I remember.
Leanne. I'd have to say, we didn't want to break it to you, but she's going to come here right now. She's from the South, man. She talk like this, man. Girl like that, they do that shit real
Pauly
good.
Shore.
Pauly Shore,
God.
man. I remember him. I don't know, dude.
Can't remember one blowjob, just a brilliant blowjob.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. That's great.
Tell me like a good, crazy, fucking 1990 sex story where you're like, whoa, young Pauly Shore never thought this would happen to him.
I'd have to say we were doing a show in San Francisco, and it was at the Warfield Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a strip club called the Mitchell Brothers, the Au Pair Theater. It was like girls were strippers / hookers. You know what I mean? It was like you can go in there and get a lap dance and go have sex with them in the other room. It's still there, I think.
Mitchell, I'm going to be in San Francisco. Oh, I just performed in San Francisco.
The Au Pair Theater. It's classic. It's a classic strip club.
Yeah.
So I used to do a thing called Lisa Lisa, the one I adore, which was my song. You know, I'm a stony crusty dude with the mop on top. You know that thing, and I always had girls dance with me on stage. So we'd bring girls from the audience or blah blah blah. So my road manager Nick called the Mitchell Brothers and said, "Hey, we're coming to town. Can we get some of the girls?" And they're all excited, so they came to the show. And then after the show, they danced on the stage. And after the show, they came backstage, and I'm there with my road manager and the guy that does the drums and stuff, the roadie type guy. And we're all sitting there, and all the girls are there. There's like 9 of them. And the one girl says to me, she goes, "What do you want us to do?" And as a joke, I'm like, "You eat her, you lick her, you squeeze her tits," as a joke.
Yeah.
And then they start doing it. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like 9, like right there, like they just start doing it. Like it wasn't like, and so I stopped them. I'm like, "Oh, we're good." And then after that, we went back to, the hotel, and like each of us had like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. When's the most amount of girls you ever been with at once?
One.
Think about it.
No, one. I've only been with 6 chicks.
Oh,
I've only had sex
in your
with
whole
6
6,
my whole life, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just one.
So you've never been like 2 or 3 girls on you?
I had a weird, attempt at a threesome, but it didn't. It was nothing real.
It's pretty cool.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty cool to have more than one girl on you. It's hot. You could set that up. You're in the valley. This place in the fucking valley. There's probably porns next door in this fucking place. There's probably girls that are getting gangbang right next door.
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I'd be able to perform in a threesome. I think I'd get.
You have to get in here.
Really?
Yeah, just like if you're going on stage, you're a performer, you're doing your stand up, you get in here, you you're gonna you're gonna be serious, but even though you're joking on stage, so it's the same thing. You just kind of orchestrate it, and it just starts to flow. And you start to kiss here, and then you go there, and then there, and then there.
But once you're done, the threesome's over.
Yeah, or I guess if they want to hook up, then they can do that. But usually it's just they want to please the dude.
God.
Yeah.
You got to. Do they have to be? They have to be friends.
I guess. I don't know.
I've never been in a threesome.
It's been a while for me.
Really?
I haven't done it in a while.
When was it? When was your last threesome?
I don't remember.
Really? Was there a time where you're like, God, these threesomes are happening 2 at a time almost?
It was happening. It was fun. It was fun.
Bet
it was very light and airy and silly.
Have you ever been 2 dudes and 1 girl?
Like a dude double teaming a chick.
Yeah.
Like 2 dudes double teaming. Yeah, me and my brother Scott.
Really?
Yeah. It was one of his girlfriends that liked me. And I was doing her from behind, and then she's going down on him, giving him oral sex, and he couldn't get a hard on because he was looking at his younger brother pound his chick. And it was funny. She was like eating Rocky Road at the same time. She liked Haagen-Dazs or something. I don't know what it was. But he was like looking at me like this. He's just like, and I'm like, dude, let's go. And he wasn't into it. And he like stopped it and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought this was hilarious. I misunderstood this. They said there's like a couple months in winter where you can walk from the U.S. to Russia. And I misheard that. And I said, do you know you can walk from Alaska to Russia over the Bering Straits? And they're like, that's not accurate.
No.
And I was like, no, it totally is. And then I realized they're talking about these two islands are next to each other.
Oh, wow.
And that you can walk from here. This is Russia. This is America. You can walk from here. I thought you could walk all the way across in 15 minutes. I was like, that can't be accurate. This night, do you remember doing this article for Los Angeles Times? You were 26 years old.
What does it say? Ex-porn actress death? What is that?
I don't know. I didn't read the whole article. Acting. The maybe turning the point, and he wanted to shed his party boy persona. Ex-girlfriend. Oh, when you dated that girl, Savannah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was heavy.
Yeah. God, you ever think that's like.
She was only 23 when she killed herself.
Really?
It's young, dude. 23.
How did she
Sam
die?
Kinison was Sam Kinison was 38 when he died. 38, dude. That's young.
That's really
38.
God, 23. Think of all the things 23. They missed out on.
Yeah.
And it would have been fixable. All the things that were going on in her life then could all be rebounded. It could be fixed. She'd be very happy right now, probably have kids.
Mm.
And that it's funny, when you're wearing the Brody shirt.
Yeah.
And I asked a question I always ask, but like whenever it comes to suicide, for whatever reason, I always go, how? Like that's my question. And I found the article. I don't know if you've read this. It's almost hysterical in a way.
Did he didn't purposely kill himself, did
Brody?
he? Yeah.
Yeah.
He purposely killed himself. It wasn't like an accident.
Unless he accidentally walked into a noose.
Oh.
Yeah, he hung himself. Or he hanged himself.
Oh, wow.
It's called hanged. That's what he was 48 years old.
Wow.
And Howard Kremer found him. But here's the crazy part of this article. I'm going to read it off my phone. Oh, do you have it on the thing? No, that's it. This is crazy. Tell me if this doesn't just rub you a little bit odd, as if Tony Hinchcliffe's publicist wrote this obituary on Brody Stevens. News of the suicide spread quickly throughout the professional comedy world. 5,000 miles away in London, Hinchcliffe was wrapping up the fifth night of his solo run at the Soho Theater. I don't know why they're putting that in there. He usually keeps his cell phone on airplane mode during shows, but for some reason tonight, he left it on. It rang on stage. He put Matt Edgar on speaker, and he goes, "Why do you sound like one of our friends just died?"
Oh, my God.
And then Matt Edgar goes, "Because he did. Brody's dead." I had never heard that story, that Tony answered it in the middle of his show and was like, "Hey, why did you sound down? Someone die or something?" And he's like, "Brody's dead." And he was like, and then Tony, I guess, fell off stage, collapsed, crying.
Wow.
I mean, but Brody's death was like, I knew he had issues, but I didn't know to the extent. Like I have a hard time. I think it's what you're talking about with the Richard Simmons thing. I think of myself a lot. So I go, I would never kill myself. I can't. How bad can it be? Right? And then you think, and you've been in the business longer than I have. You've seen a lot of people pass. I mean, a lot of people. And you just think, suicide's the one. There was the one guy that jumped off the fucking building into the store, right?
Yeah, on the ramp.
Is that where he landed?
Yeah.
How old were you when that happened?
It was in the 1970s, so I was pretty young.
Yeah?
Yeah, Steve Lebitkin.
Wow.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, people kill themselves every day. It's fucking wild. You know?
Are you in therapy?
No, but I've done group therapy for 30 years.
What's that? I could do group therapy.
It's pretty cool. And I just did ayahuasca 2 weeks ago. A whole weekend of it. It was really cool.
Wait. Tell me about ayahuasca.
We want to go group therapy first or ayahuasca? Ayahuasca, group therapy.
Take me to group therapy first.
Okay.
Because group therapy is something I could do.
Do you want the short version or the little bit longer version?
A little bit longer.
Yeah, okay. So I was 19 years old, and my best friend, Dave Curtin, he said, "Hey, I just did this group therapy thing. You should do it." I didn't question it because my best friend asked me to do it. I just did it. I didn't go, "What is it?" You know what I mean? So basically, back in the 1970s, it was called LifeSpring. group therapy. And it was basically about how a bunch of dudes can make more money and do better in their business, like a group of guys, how they could do better as a team. And then it said, how can we do better with our relationships and our family? And then it was, how can we do better in the world? And that's pretty much the three prongs to it.
Yeah.
Be better as a team, relationships, and then out there in the world. So there's 3 levels to it. There's basic, advanced, and leadership. And I did all of them. And then I did leadership. And then about when I was 30 years old, I got really depressed. I got sad. I started believing a lot of the stuff that people were saying about me. And I just got, I lost my joy. I lost my joy. And I was sitting there in my house, my beautiful house. And I said, I need help, So I call LifeSpring, 411, back in the day when they had 411.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I call 411 and they're like, LifeSpring. And I'm like, fuck, I'm checking myself in. Kind of like AA or something like that.
Yeah.
So I checked myself in, and if you've done advanced, you can like go in for free because it's kind of like re-auditing it or whatever. So I went and hopped in it, and it was a 5-day seminar, lasted 5 days. You don't sleep there. And it was like at LAX, like in the ballroom there. There's only 9 of us. And basically just kind of start breaking down the walls. So you basically, what it is, it's kind of like if you've ever been to, boot camp in the Army?
No.
Not you, but there's a boot camp. It's a 3-month thing. You come in like an idiot and you leave like focused and short hair, blah, blah, blah. So that's kind of it. So it helped me get rid of a lot of my thoughts that I created in my head and kind of face all that. It helped me take ownership with a lot of the things that I did in my life and let go of a lot of stuff and then kind of rebuild. So I've been doing that for 30 years.
Yeah.
And so I kind of help people too. So I'm like, my friend Chris Lee, he's like a life coach, and he's in charge of it. And he also helps the guy. He's got a lot of private high-end clients too that he tutors and does it. But it's a seminar. And it's basically just a 5-day seminar. And it just kind of like you start off like a certain way and you end, you kind of let go. And that was kind of ayahuasca too. It was very similar to that. With ayahuasca, it was a lot of that, simple.
How did you get hooked up with ayahuasca? Did you have to like 411?
I wanted to, how do I?
411?
No.
Ayahuasca, please.
Yeah. No, I wanted to do it for years. And then an influencer that I had on my podcast told me about this place in Joshua Tree, and it's called Home of the Heart. And it's a place that you do ayahuasca. And he says it's great. And the lady's in charge, her name is Valerie. Here's her cell number. And I went there 2 weeks ago, and I did it for 2 nights in a row. And it was fucking awesome. And it was just great. They play this beautiful music.
Are you by yourself or with other people?
I was by myself. No, I was with a group of people I didn't know. So I went up there solo. And Jeff Ross is like, I wouldn't go up by myself. I'm like, well, you're not me. You know what I mean? I just did it. I wanted to go by myself. It was calling me. The plant or the fucking the drink of ayahuasca was calling me to go there and just like be. And I've never done it before, and it was pretty cool. Did people recognize you? Everyone did, yeah. But they didn't. But no, the owner Valerie, the shaman lady, emailed everyone and said, "Hey, Pauly Shore is going to be here. Don't treat him different." And no one treated me different. Really? Yeah. There's only 6 people.
Were they attractive?
No, they were nice people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like, I'm weird shallow like that. Like if I went into an ayahuasca group and everyone looked like,
it's not a sex thing, bro.
I know, but I'm shallow enough that I'd look around the people and go, do I want to be a part of this group or do I not want to be a part of this group?
They're just normal people. Think about your fans.
Yeah.
Your show, just normal people, 6 people like that.
Okay.
And that's just normal.
That's 6 dudes that look exactly like me. 6 dudes.
Throw in a couple girls and a couple black people.
You had black people at your ayahuasca trip?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man, I ain't gonna drink this motherfucking shit. Man, some bullshit. I don't trust this motherfucking shit. But it's crazy, dude. So you drink this thing, tastes disgusting. It tastes like fucking like a disgusting Jägermeister shot, which you probably like.
Yeah.
You probably like.
I did 4 of them last night.
So you just fucking do it, and then they play this music. Can I play some of the music?
Please, yeah.
Dude, you'll trip.
Yeah, where's the music?
I got it on my phone real quick.
Yeah.
So, dude, they play this fucking music, and it's the music that's they created through the fucking plants. So it's like music through the plants. So you're sitting there like this, and the music's playing. You're like, holy fuck. And it's the best trip in the world.
Really?
It's pretty much you're going up there to get fucked up.
Yeah. But you're not a drug guy.
I'm not a drug guy.
You've never been a drug guy.
I haven't.
That's
No.
you're not. I mean, do you drink?
Yeah.
But not.
But
like,
I'm not. I'm the type of guy that goes to a certain thing and then I don't go over.
Yeah.
With the drinking.
Yeah.
You keep going, right?
I keep going.
Yeah.
I like the sometimes.
I would be
Lately-
I would be a good sidekick for you. I would be a really good sidekick for you.
We can test
Because
that out.
I would fucking take you out, or if we would just go out and hang out, I'd be like, dude, stop. You're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're good. Here, drink some water. You're like, oh, fuck, thanks, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, good for you, because I've been around guys like you that fucking party a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm able to kind of reel them in and still have a good time. And then you wake up in the morning, you feel good, and we go work out and go to the sauna and fucking do that shit.
Wait, grab your phone. I want to hear the ayahuasca music.
This music is fucking, it's like really, and I thought it was just good music because it was, you're on ayahuasca, but it's like fucking really good music. So here we are. So her name is Valerie. Simon Rex, I think, is going to go because he lives in Joshua Tree.
Really?
Yeah. So this is actually from the music from that night. So it's called Home of the Heart. It's in Joshua Tree, which is great because who doesn't want to go to Joshua Tree?
Joshua Tree's
It's
fucking
fucking
awesome.
dope. And you get to trip out on ayahuasca. Here's the I want to play this really beautiful song. So this is live. This is from my session.
This is the place of all my relations, to bring celebration to meditation.
I sent this to Andrew Santino. He cried.
Look
how beautiful her voice is.
We are
see this being
so
perfect.
Can you hear it good on your
Yeah, of course,
headphones?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And this girl's beautiful.
Is this Valerie?
No, they're called guardians. She's a guardian. Her name's Alexis. So this is from the night. So this is me going in the background.
Really?
I start throwing up soon.
All of the blessings I received, how could they have been bestowed upon me? So I put it all back in the ground, back in the soil where I am found. It all started. Wakantanka scan. Something holy moves here on the land. It is my brothers and my sisters' hands. It is
So everyone's just laying there tripping balls. Lights on or off?
There's a fire going.
Are you outside?
No, inside. There's a fire going. What do you think?
That's fucking awesome.
It's beautiful music.
I did. How long's the trip last?
4 or 5 hours, dude. It's fucking dope.
Is it scary
dude.
ever?
No. You're in heaven.
Really?
I mean, you do throw up a couple times.
I don't like throwing up.
Yeah. You get your demons out that way.
Oh, I'd love to get my demons out.
Well, this will be it, brother.
I get scared of ayahuasca. I get scared of DMT.
Everyone says they get scared. Every single person, but it's a plant. It's like you just chill.
And if you know it's going to go away, my fear is that it'll
Yeah, and you go away. You're not hungover.
Really?
Listen to this shit. That's me going.
Really?
I'm flying,
Oh,
bro.
you just have your phone next to you.
No, I'm lying there.
Recording this?
They're recording it. They sent this to me. Listen to this fucking bitch right here. She's Russian, dude. Her name's Sasha. I think I start throwing up. Listen. Russian, bro. You know Russian.
Yeah.
Listen to this chick sing.
But you're throwing up?
Imagine tripping balls and You love it?
I fucking...
It's awesome, dude.
I think
You're going with me.
I
You can go, yeah.
I can go.
It's private. It's private. No cameras. No one's taking photos. It's not like that. Listen. I'm going to start throwing up.
What were you thinking about?
My stomach started. I'm just tripping, dude. You're on. You're.
Is that you throwing up?
No, you're gonna hear it pretty violent in a second. She starts pounding me like Russian, just boom, because they want to make you throw up.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Because that's how you
gets to the heart. Getting rid of the stress, getting rid of the anger, get rid of the control, the sadness, all that shit that's in you that you hold on to about other shit that's happening to you.
Can you drink alcohol during it?
You don't want to drink alcohol.
You just want to be in there.
You're drinking the stuff.
How often do you drink it? Just once at the beginning?
Once, a lot, and then like 3 hours later, if you want to do a second serving, you can.
Did you do that?
I tried, but it tastes so bad.
Really? What's it taste like?
Bad. Jägermeister, tar, I don't know. It's just really nasty. The first shot you could do because you're not...
I love that you're throwing up in the background. What was the thing you were trying to get to the bottom of?
People take advantage of me because I'm a nice guy.
Yeah. They mistake your weakness, your kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Here it comes.
That you,
So that was one of the things.
yeah.
Why, dude? I'm getting rid of my sadness. Why the fuck are you laughing?
I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God, Pauly, I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God. Oh my God. You're so aggressive. You are fucking. Did you eat before you went?
I'm starting to sweat just hearing this.
Oh my God.
It's all coming out of me again.
Stop, I'm gonna throw up. Pauly, stop. I'm gonna throw up. Oh my God. I don't know if I could be in a room where I hear people throw up. I'd start throwing up. God damn. Oh.
She's pretty talented.
Oh my God.
What do you think?
I don't know if I could be in a room where everyone's throwing up. I think that's my turnoff. I'd have to be outdoors and then people go off by the side and throw up.
You'll be fine.
Here's a weird question I have for you. When you I'm sweating listening to you throw up.
Yeah, so
Did you accomplish what you wanted to get out of ayahuasca?
it definitely helped me let go of some shit, some anxiety and some stuff. Sometimes I'll go to sleep good at night and then I'll wake up maybe one time to go pee and then all of a sudden my mind starts to go like this.
I do that.
Yeah, my mind starts to go like that and then sometimes I can't fall back to sleep. And it's stuff that we create in our own mind for no reason.
Yeah.
We just create this shit. So it's trying to help me with that. Are you going to throw up?
No, I'm just burping. No matter how you're approaching 2024, electric e-bikes can help you go the distance. From commutes to adventures to riding all over the city, riders of all abilities can explore this new year with electric e-bikes. Go to electricebikes.com to learn more about their wide selection of e-bikes that start at just $799 with the XP Lite. That's LECTRIC electricbikes.com. Anyone can ride. Designed for a better mode of transportation for all riders. You save on gas, on parking, on maintenance. It ships free and comes fully assembled and foldable for easy travel and storage. We take them on tour with us, and they're so easy to just slap together. Add more physical activity to your everyday life. That's right. Run errands, make commuting more enjoyable, or expand your weekend's horizons. Up to 150 miles on one charge with Lectric's unbeatable long-range options. I'm telling you right now, I've said this, it's such a great way to get outside, especially if you got to run to the store. You take in the landscape 360. It's beautiful. Dude, it's beautiful. Explore 2024 with Lectric e-bikes, the most accessible and adventurous e-bikes ever. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more, and be sure to mention Bertcast sent you in the post-checkout survey. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com. Out with your old workout tees with sweat stains and holes, and in with True Classic's ultra-comfortable, stretchy activewear. True Classic is made with stank-free, moisture-wicking technology, so you can do all the things in comfort, from running on the treadmill to going on a beer run. As long as you're moving, True Classic has the gear for you. They've already helped over 2 million men look great, and now you can save big while you move into 2024. For a limited time only, get 25% off when you shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/Bertcast. All their shirts are made to accentuate the places that the eye goes first. Tighter arms, tighter chest, but with the perfect amount of room for your midsection. The best part is that True Classic sells their premium products in packs to help you save. Get started with a 2 or 3 pack of t-shirts today and feel the difference. I'm telling you right now, I put on a True Classic, walked in the other day, and Tom said, "You look good." I said, "Buddy, it's the shirt. It's not me. I've been on a bender." So if you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now with my exclusive link at trueclassic.com/Bertcast and save up to 25% off your first order. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. No matter how you move, make 2024 your most comfortable year yet with True Classic. When you said when you were 30, you started believing what people were saying about you. Were you just believing what the wrong people were saying about you? Because I remember when you were 30, I was probably 25, and we fucking loved you. So like, it's crazy that, because I've been guilty of this, where you read a couple bad things online and then you think that's what everyone thinks about you, and you forget.
But you're different than me because you're a lot older than 30. So I think, for me, 30 is pretty young.
30 is very young.
Yeah, 30 is pretty.
Thank
pretty
God
young.
I didn't go through my career then.
Right, because you don't. Yeah, because you got harder skin now. Like it's not, you're not as, whatever. Like if something doesn't work, you don't care. You just keep moving.
I remember I had one day where I read a comment. I think I was in Tampa, and I had posted me hitting a home run at my old high school, and I was really proud of it. And that's the thing that trips me up with Instagram, is when you get proud of something, you go like, oh, I'll check the comments. These are all going to be good. Like, I'm proud of this. And then I read a bunch of negative ones, and it was like things that like, that I maybe I even believe about myself at times. And I was like, and I got really down, and I was really down. And I remember the thing that turned around, I was like, I read like, and it was like maybe 3 comments back to back, and they all like agreed with each other. And I was like, motherfucker, is that what the world thinks of me? And then I went out on stage to 19,000 people, and I went, wait, why wouldn't I have spent today ignoring those 3 dudes when I know there's 19,000 people that like me? They want me to succeed.
Well, it's the old story, looking at your life half empty as opposed to half full.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. So to answer your question, yes, I did listen to people that I shouldn't have listened to.
Why did you get to the bottom of why their voices are so much louder than, why are those the ones we hear?
Well, the critics back then were more prevalent than they are now.
Yeah. Well, they're still out there.
Yeah, but it's not
what it was.
No. Yeah. Like Siskel and Heber. I mean, if they thrashed you, they thrashed you.
Did they thrash you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Did you ever meet them?
I don't think, maybe at a junction here or there, and they were nice to me, like when I saw them. But yeah, they would just rip my movies or rip. So the point is that you listen to that and you start getting beat down.
Yeah.
And then the box office at the end of the day is really what we're dealing with here, because it could be a terrible movie and make trillions of dollars, then no one cares. But if it's a movie that doesn't do well at the box office and the critics thrash you, then you start to believe that. And that's kind of where my head was at 30. So like the box office wasn't as well, and then the critics were thrashing me. But I didn't look at what I did. I look at what didn't look at what I had. I look at what I didn't have.
What did you want most at 30? Do you just want to keep doing movies?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I said, like, when because it was so much fun starring in movies, you know what I mean? And they took that away from me. Yeah. So that's why I said on Rogan, my first time when I did Rogan is, that he goes, when you watch your movies, how do you feel? I say, I get sad. You know what I mean? Because that's when my time was the funnest time of my life.
I would have thought working on MTV would have been the funnest. That seemed so much fun.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Just going down to spring break and
no, that was amazing.
For you saw amazing acts.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. But that's my point. The point is, like, imagine if they took movies from him. Maybe now he'd be cool with it, but at 30,
if they had taken it after Waterboy,
or whatever, they just boom. He'd be kind of. But also, I'm very sensitive.
I'm very sensitive.
You're very sensitive.
Tom,
Maybe we should start making out right now. Right? You know what I mean? And Tom will get jealous, and then we'll whip out our dicks and we'll hit our dicks on top of each other.
Tom has to tell me at times, this isn't as real as you feel it is. And I'll go, yeah. And he's like, Tom's not sensitive. You can say horrible things about Tom, and if he doesn't respect you, he won't even hear them. Like, he just goes, you're absolutely no.
It's like a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
It's cold like a lawyer, like Trump. Just dope.
I don't have to respect you for them to hurt my feelings. And Tom will say to me, I mean, even through our friendship with Rogan, there's been times when I've butted heads with Rogan or bumped into Rogan, and Tom's like when we do Sober October, it would get pretty fucking intense towards the end. Because all of us have been sober for a month. We're all working out like crazy. And Rogan will send a text, and I'd read it wrong. And Tom would be like, hey, that's not what you think. Let it go. And then, or I would get so competitive with Joe in Sober October that Tom would be like, hey, remember, we're all just comedians. We're not professional athletes. You got to stop. But I would get so in my fucking head that I just would be like, I'm massively sensitive. Would you trade it though? If they said they could give you a pill and then they'd be like, you won't be as sensitive.
Oh, no. I like being sensitive because that's who I am.
Yeah.
But I go back to the movie thing. I had 20 years I could have been starring in movies.
Yeah.
And I didn't. I could have been doing beautiful stuff for the people.
Did you turn down anything that got made?
I don't remember.
Really?
I don't remember. I don't know. Probably. But, but yeah, I mean,
I turned down some movie or TV show called Succession or something, and I was like, I read the script and I was like, it's not for me.
That was a big show.
It is?
Isn't it? Succession?
Is it big?
I think so.
I didn't even know if they made it.
I don't know.
I'm kidding. It wasn't Succession. It was a different show. And the director called me and was like, what are you doing? I was like, I don't want to do it. And he was like, why? I was like, I don't know. I don't. And I didn't have a reason. I just didn't like. I was just like,
yeah, you weren't feeling it. I mean, I do turn down things a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. I mean, if you put it up that way,
I don't turn down stand up ever. Like, if you tell me, hey, we want you to do the fucking Clusa Casino next week, I'm like, oh, cool, I'm there.
Yeah.
Like, I never turn down sets. I never turn down spots. I never turn down anything. Like, it's hard when I get texts from guys who do Tuesday nights and they're like, yo, can you hop on my show? I'm always like, fuck, it's right over the hill. Of course, I'll be there. And then immediately I'll talk to Emily and be like, okay, can you put me in every room? I've never
pop around.
Yeah, I never turned down stand up, but acting I've turned down because
it's a lot.
It's a real commitment.
Yeah, it's a big commitment. So to flip, I mean, we've been talking about my shit a lot. you know, let's talk about some of your shit.
Okay.
You know, stuff that you're you know, I mean, I watch you just like everyone else watches you. It's pretty remarkable.
Oh, thank
what
you.
You've done.
Thank you very much.
I mean, you know, and is it hard for you to look around and see all your success and see that, like, I mean, you've done so well. I mean, I saw you at, you know, at fucking MGM in front of 20,000 people. Like, it's pretty remarkable what you've done. Like, and I've been around, I told this to Tom too. I've been around everyone. I mean, everyone from, you know, back in the 70s to, you know what I mean? And the stuff you guys are doing is just insane. I mean, do you pinch yourself? I mean, do you realize how big you and Tom are when you walk out on those crowds? I mean, it's fucking remarkable.
I have a moment.
I mean,
I have a moment of awareness.
You're like,
and every time
you pinch yourself, right?
Yeah, because I play Fortunate Son every time I come out on stage, and I feel like it really speaks to how I feel, and I do that when I do my own shows. I will look up at you can always see the center, you know, Jumbotron, and it'll say like Amway Center, or it'll say whatever it is, and I always look at that and go, I'm really fucking lucky. I am really fucking lucky to be
But
here.
you worked hard. I mean,
I worked hard, but there's also a lot of luck that goes into that. Like, you know, like there's
well, you guys grind.
I grind. I think
you grind more than anyone.
I don't think I slow down enough to be able to pinch myself, because I keep going. That's all behind me. I got to look at what's ahead of me, and I got to keep hustling so that things ahead of me are still going to happen. And I don't, like, I try not. I'm very grateful, and I'm very filled with joy, and I'm very like present in like how blessed I am to have what I have. But at the same time, I don't really spend too much time like feeling it.
Do you think about all the plates you're spinning at once and how hard that is?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of fucking work, bro. I mean, you're doing a Netflix special. You're doing, you know, this. You're doing that. You got 10 podcasts here. You got the touring. You got movies. I mean, it's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Do you ever say, hey, you know, I'm going to take 2 or 3s out and then maybe not do that stuff? Or you're just like locked in and you're just fucking, let's roll?
I think the number one thing that's changed everything is me pulling my drinking back has made life a lot easier.
That's good.
It was really difficult when I was drinking the way I was, because I was always...
You definitely lost weight, right?
I lost 45 pounds.
Yeah, you definitely lost weight, so that's
pounds.
good.
No, 45
And how old
pounds.
are you now?
51.
51. So you're not a kid. So this is good that you stopped all that shit.
Yeah. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I get all my blood work done.
That's great. Do you go to the sauna a lot?
I sauna every day. I have a sauna sauna at my house.
Yeah.
I sauna every day. I polar plunge every day.
Oh, good.
I work out every
that's
day.
Important. Yeah.
I'm on like I'm on all, I see the cardiologist every 6 months.
Great.
So it's not getting away from me.
And then what about your diet?
I'm carnivore. So I eat
a lot of beef,
a lot of meat, and a lot of protein.
Cool.
And then very seldomly other stuff. Like I'll have pork rinds.
And then you have one sister?
2 sisters.
2 sisters.
No, they both live in LA.
Are they married?
Cotty is, one you met is, and then the other one's got a boyfriend. But yeah, and then Georgia's in college. Isla goes to college next year. I'm taking 7 months off in July. When July starts, I'm going to take time off for the first time. Because I just feel like I took 7 weeks off as the longest I've ever taken off right after Fully Loaded, but it was really like to get my life back together. And I lost all this weight. I got healthy, and I got really fucking happy.
Wow.
I was like, really, you use the word joy. I find joy every day I wake up. I look for my joy.
And Leanne supports you on all this stuff, helping you out. And she must be stoked. She's got to be super stoked that you lost weight and you're not fucking as nuts as you were, because, you know, we all see people like, I don't want to say Chris Farley, but it could have gone there.
It could have gone. Oh, by the way, very easily.
Yeah.
I said, I'm nervous about my doctor's appointment tomorrow. And I go, what if my numbers aren't better? And she goes, they can't be worse. I said, really? She goes, I mean, you were really unhealthy the last time you went to the cardiologist. You were 275 pounds.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, I think you're going to be okay.
Even after ayahuasca, like, because before you do ayahuasca, you're not supposed, or before you do it, you're supposed to cleanse yourself and not supposed to drink. You're not supposed to eat this, that, which I did, and I stuck I stuck to it. And then afterwards, you're not supposed to drink. You know what I mean? I stuck to it. And even now, it's like I just don't feel like drinking a lot. You know what I mean? But I like to drink. I had a nice glass of wine the other night. I just don't. Do
you like the buzz of alcohol or just the taste?
Both.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like wine.
Yeah,
wine's good. Let's get some red wine with a piece of meat.
Oh,
yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that. I sit at Allegro at the Wynn, right there, and sit there. It's nice. But I don't know. I think I don't know. I think I'm just lucky that I didn't have that, thing. But back to you. I'm happy for you, for yourself, because of all the love around you and all the people that love you, is to take care of yourself, and you are. So that's great. Because I never spent a lot of time with you, but I'm a fan, and I always watch your stuff, and I'm happy that you're okay.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, this has been a great fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing this, Pauly.
For sure.
I've been a fan of yours for so fucking long.
Thank you.
And it's so cool to even what you just said to me. It means a lot to me. And I think you probably get that more than other people because we are kind of the same sensitive person. Mm. So to get love like that means the world to me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we got to plan our ayahuasca trip.
Yeah, we should. For sure.
So that we can throw up together.
It's
going to be like
cool.
dueling banjos of throw up. Just, I throw up violently, like break blood vessels. Like I'm bad.
It's called purging. That's what they call it. They don't call it throwing it up. I'm like, it's fucking called throwing up. They're like, no, it's purging.
I call it dieting.
Yeah.
It's a great way to lose weight.
But congratulations on all your stuff. You guys were great at the MGM.
Thank you, brother.
And good to go.
I love you, brother. Thank you. That was great.